Hello friends, welcome to Akulmach Live. What we know so far is that the world's most critical energy choke point is at the breaking point. Following the recent military escalations in the Middle East and reports of disrupted shipping lane, the Strait of Hormuz is once again the center of the global economic storm. With nearly 20% of the world's oil and 20% of the global LNG passing through this 21-mile wide passage, the kill switch for the global economy has been triggered. What is going to happen now? Let us discuss this further. It's been called the kill switch of the global economy. 21-mile water that has all that stand between the world as we know it today, and it's the global energy collapse which is imminent as of now. As of March 2026, the Strait of Hormuz has effectively been shuttered following a massive escalation of conflict between US, Israel and Iran. The most critical artery in the global energy body is being squeezed. Brent crude has already jumped 12% in a single morning, and the analysts are now no longer asking if the oil will hit $100 per barrel. They are asking how far past we are going to go beyond $100. So now they are talking about even higher price escalation. Today we are at the breakdown. We are going to break down the March 2026 Hormuz crisis, why this is happening, and who gets the hit hardest, and is there any way to bypass the world's deadliest choke point. Before we move forward, a word about our sponsor of this video. Let me ask you, are you struggling to find the right solution for your business problems? I would like to introduce HelloGig.com, whose AI engine connects you with top-tier freelancers from your industry only, which helps in designing a better and scalable solution for your business. Whether you are a SaaS startup or an enterprise, HelloGig makes sure that you can focus on your core business. With HelloGig's global freelance network, you can depend upon all your technology needs, be it software development, artificial intelligence, video editing, or even something else. Ready to hire smarter? Scan the QR code given on the screen or click on the link below. Now let's get back to our video. To understand why your local gas station is about to change its prices, you have to look at the geography. The Strait of Hormuz connects the Persian Gulf to the Gulf of Oman. At its narrowest, the shipping lanes are only 21 miles wide in either direction. Through this tiny needle eye passes through 20% of the world oil and 20% of the world's liquefied natural gas, also known as LNG, and that is 21 million barrel of oil every single day passing through this choke point. In last 48 hours, the situation turned from tense to catastrophic. Reports are coming in that the Iranian Revolutionary Guard has warned tankers away, while the international insurance have also pulled coverage from the entire region. When the insurance stops, the ship stops as well. As we speak, over 150 tankers are sitting idle in open water, afraid to move through that area. This isn't just a delay, this is a total halt of 15% of the total global oil supply. To put that in perspective, when Russia invaded Ukraine in 2022, the market panicked over a much smaller portion of the global supply. This is several times larger than the previous one. Let's talk numbers. Before the strikes, this past weekend, the oil was sitting comfortably in the range of $60 per barrel. Today, it's flirting around 90 to 100 and climbing very rapidly. Wood Mackenzie and Goldman Sachs are sounding the alarm. They are estimating an 18-barrel risk premium being added to the price practically overnight if this closure lasts more than a few days. $100 per barrel oil isn't just a possibility, it is the base. It is going to become the baseline now. But why $100? It's not just missing the oil, it's the dual supply shock. Things like physical loss. The oil simply isn't reaching the refineries. Then excess loss. Most of the world's spare capacity, the extra oil held by Saudi Arabia and the UAE to balance the market, is behind the blockade. Even if they want to pump more to save the market, they can't get to it out of the Gulf. For you at home, this translates to the pump. In the UK or US, India, China, expert predicts the petrol hitting, something like 150 rupees a liter. In the US, we are looking at the jump of 40 to 50% per gallon within a week. And because oil is the lifeblood of shipping and farming, this will trigger a new wave of food inflation, just as the world was starting to recover from 2024-2025 hikes. Here is the part most people are missing: the gas shock. While everyone watches the oil price, natural gas is arguably in a more dangerous spot. Qatar, one of the world's top LNG exporter, has been forced to halt production at its Ras Laffan and Masid site following the drone attacks. Almost 100% of Qatari gas goes through the Strait of Hormuz. For Europe, which spent the last 3 years trying to wean itself off Russian gas by buying from the Middle East, this is a nightmare. European wholesale gas prices have already jumped 41% today. If this continues, we could see energy bills in Europe triple by this summers. Asia isn't safe either. China, India, Japan, and South Korea, receive nearly 70% of the oil that flows through the Strait of Hormuz. Japan's economy, which imports 90% of its crude from this region, could see a 3% hit to its entire GDP if the blockade holds on. You might be wondering, can't they just, drive the oil around? The short answer is not really. There are only two major alternatives. Saudi Arabia has the east-west pipeline and carries oil to the Red Sea, and the UAE has a pipeline to Fujairah. But combined, these can handle only about 6 to 7 million barrels a day. Remember, the strait carries 21 million. Even if we use the pipeline, the Red Sea is already a hot zone for shipping. Rerouting around the tip of Africa adds 2 weeks to the journey and millions of dollars in fuel and labor cost. There is no easy plan B. We are looking at the structural hole in the global energy supply that cannot be filled by anyone else, not even the US shell industry, which is already producing at near capacity. So where do we go from here? The next 72 hours are critical. If de-escalation begins with and the strait reopens, the price might stabilize back in the 70s. But with the assassination of high-ranking officials and direct strike on energy infrastructure, the geopolitical risk isn't going away. The Strait of Hormuz is the world's jugular vein. Right now, it is being squeezed, and the whole world is starting to feel the lack of oxygen. Whether you are an investor, a commuter, or just someone trying to keep the lights on, the event of March 2026 are stark reminder of how fragile our globalized world truly is. So, what do you think? Will diplomacy win out, or are we looking at start of a multi-year energy crisis? Let me know in the comments below. Don't forget to like and subscribe for daily updates as this situation unfolds, and I will see you in the next one.